Well, Linda and I are in the BLM Goldwater Firing Range, West End area, Block A, south of Yuma, right south of Yuma. You got to have a permit to get in here. They're easy to get. You can't get anything in here bigger than our outfit. In fact, you're not even allowed to. But you can camp in here. You can hunt in here. You can target practice. You can hike. We purposely picked this area because it's January, we're getting cold north winds, and that hillside right there will protect us from the wind. That's north. So it'll kind of shield us. It's not the prettiest place in the world, but let me tell you, it's awfully quiet. There's nobody here. Not like the north end of Yuma where it's just RVs as far as you can see. Down here, there's no one. Well, this area goes all the way from south of Yuma and goes all the way east to Pahoehoe, Arizona. And I've heard that section right up above Pahoehoe is extremely beautiful. And my plan is to head there in the next few days. We'll bring you along. We'll go check that one out. So we'll see how this trip ends up. We're not in any hurry to go anywhere and have nowhere to go. So just kind of poking around. Linda and I have new wireless microphones that we're using. Let me see if I can get her to talk to me and we'll see how well they work. She's just about 100 feet away, I guess. Linda, talk to me.
What?
What do you see?
See the whole, ooh, can see a cactus.
For Linda and I, it's just a matter of being able to get out here and not be stuck sitting in the house like we are in Montana. If I'm home this time of year, it's cold and it's windy and all we do is sit around inside the house. And that's the whole reason why we come down here, is just to be able to climb hillsides and hike around and, yeah, burn off the donuts that I eat for lunch. Stuff like that. Now if I can get up this hillside without falling on my butt. In the distance out there, that's Yuma. That's the east end of Yuma. Looking north here. Well, Linda and I are just taking off on a little walk today. We're walking towards those mountains you see in the distance there. I don't think they're that far away, but that's the direction we're going. Just doing a little exploring out here. So as hard as living was out here, there's still signs of Indian life, you know, flakes for making arrow points and stuff. That's what we always look for. This is the Sonoran Desert. It's one of the toughest places there is to survive. But they did. Remains of an old campfire ring. Some other stones that just beyond Linda there looks like they might have been placed. Up here on the hilltop, no garbage around, so I'm thinking it's pretty old. Hard to know.
Fire. See that? The smoke?
Yeah.
On the horizon?
There is a big fire over there. I wonder what the heck that is. I think that's in Mexico, though. Pretty sure that's in Mexico. Well, we started off way down there in the lower areas. And it's just been a slow, easy upgrade, you know, just walking uphill. Really nice walking out here. It's just a really compact gravel, this desert is. Still making our way towards the mountains.
Some parts of it is like walking through on the Pahoehoe, on the big island.
Well, there's so much lava rock here.
Yeah.
Reminds Linda of being at home.
Yeah.
It does. But you know what's funny about this gravel is there's really round stones, like river bottom.
Yeah, really round, well-worn.
Well-worn. And then there's all these sharp lava rocks that, gosh, it almost looks like they exploded across here. But hey, maybe a geologist of you viewers out there can tell us what happened down here.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. There's all this really sharp, sharp lava rock, and in the midst, a round stone.
Oh, that's a cute one.
Linda, you're not taking home another rock.
Let me see.
Oh, darn it.
It's cute. Too big for my slingshot.
Anyways, that's what we're talking about. Kind of a odd mix.
It's really cool, though.
You're gonna take that one home, aren't you? I just know that's going into your pocket.
Oh, that's why I wore pants with tiny pockets.
Somebody said the other day, I think my cousin posted it, she said something about how odd it was to see other people the same age as us. I was surprised to find out there were other people the same age as us.
Am I on?
You're on.
I think it went something like this. You see an old person and you suddenly realize that was your classmate. And you and that was it.
Oh, just another old fire ring. I was poking around in it. It's so old there's no charred wood or anything in it. Well, the one thing I can say about these fire rings that are interesting me is that they're pre-tin can, because there's no rubbish around here anywhere. So how are you doing, Linda?
Good.
Excelente.
How are you doing?
Fine. Looks like we're getting close to those mountains. Haven't seen any real wildlife except for some lizards. There are animal trails, and it makes me wonder what kind of animals. I think they have small deer down here, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look this up. Here's some kind of an animal bed. And there's pellets. These to me are deer pellets. So evidently there's some kind of a small deer down here. I'm just guessing size because this looks like some kind of a deer bed. Maybe two. One here, one there. So I'm out here in the Sonoran Desert, and I just got this really important phone call. Evidently my car warranty has expired. How do you like that? 2002 GMC Yukon, almost 200,000 miles on it. Actually, it's about 180,000. And my warranty just expired. Holy moly. Linda, we better rush right home. Oh, Linda just found this ancient projectile laying on top of the rock. Methinks 50 cal. That bugger's old though. Really old.
Yeah. At first I thought it was a rock.
Yeah, it must have just hit and bounced right up here or something. Pretty cool. Kind of sad, yeah. Yep. Well, we've made it up to the mountains. Kind of saw this antenna here, or this electronics antenna. We saw this from a distance, so we kind of walked up to it. But what, Linda?
Beacon light too. I don't know if it comes on.
I don't know.
You know, at the top of the mast?
Yeah. I don't know. It's got its own kind of beauty down here. There's an odd ring of stones down there. Some kind of encampment, maybe, who knows. Like I say, No garbage, no plastic bottles, no tin cans, no gum wrappers, no cigarette packs, no nothing. You see that ring of stones down there? I wonder what that's about.
Yeah, looks like maybe it was set up for a tent.
Well, the fact is you can hunt down here. This is open for hunting during hunting season. And you can camp in here, of course, because we are. But, I don't know. This sure is a different kind of beauty back here, that's for sure. Well, we made it up to the mountains. There's 1.5 miles as the crow flies. Kind of making our way down to where I saw those stones, that ring of stones. It's just on the other side of this little hill here, but kind of making my way down and around. Linda's behind me. Well, obviously not an unexploded ordnance, but something exploded. Big hunk of aluminum here. Really finely machined. Part of an old radial engine? I don't know. Look at this. All blown apart though, whatever it was. Some old safety wiring here. Don't know. What do you make of those stones?
I don't know. Maybe they're to mark where a projectile hit? I don't know.
No, I don't know.
All I know is I gotta tighten my shoelaces and...
I think it's part of a shelter of some kind because look how all the big rocks have been removed from the middle of it.
Yeah, but it's kind of on a slope.
It's a little bit sloped, but yeah. How odd. Well, up in Montana, we'd say these are teepee rings. Or this is a teepee ring, but hey, I don't know. No, that was a shelter of some kind because it's all cleared out in the middle. Isn't the desert just the oddest place? So coming from that ring of stones, there's a really well-used trail coming down through here. Going down through this ravine. So we're going to follow it for a little bit. See if it goes anywhere. I climbed up on a little rise here. And there is a big sheltered area down in here. I guess if I was a Native American, this might be a good place to hang out. Nice place to camp. If only you had water. I was just telling Linda what a wonderful time I've had this morning. I've really had a good time. We're just slowly making our way back now. It'll take us an hour or so. Pretty cool though. Well, it occurs to Linda and I that some of these fire rings might not be fire rings at all. They might be markers. This one here seems to be directional, pointing off in that direction. And down here is a post in the ground. Looks like an old cedar 2x2 right here. So they might be markers, maybe back during the mining days or something. That would explain why we don't see any burnt wood or any charcoal in the middle of them.
Yeah.
Just another mystery of the desert.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Yep. See this road here? This is the El Camino del Diablo, the road of the devil.
El Camino del Diablo, in Spanish it means the Devil's Highway, is a historic 250-mile road that currently extends through some of the most remote and arid terrain of the Sonoran Desert in Pima County and Yuma County, Arizona. In use for at least 1,000 years, El Camino del Diablo is believed to have started as a series of footpaths used by desert-dwelling Native Americans. From the 16th to the 19th centuries, the road was used extensively by conquistadores, explorers, missionaries, settlers, miners, and cartographers. Use of the trail declined sharply after the railroad reached Yuma in 1870. In recognition of its historic significance, El Camino del Diablo was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1978. It has also been designated a Bureau of Land Management Backcountry Scenic Byway. The name, like its other historic name Camino del Muerto, Road of the Dead Man, refers to the harsh, unforgiving conditions on the trail.
We were just sitting here in camp and Linda says, "Oh, what's the name of that road in front of our campsite?" And I says, "Well, that's the El Camino del Diablo." And she looked it up and started reading about it, and there's a lot more that that's in here that I don't have time to read you now, or didn't want to, you can look it up, El Camino del Diablo. But right here in front of our camp in the middle of nowhere, and it's such a historic road with such a bunch of history, a lot of history. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to touch it. Well, yesterday when Linda and I made our walk, we walked on the high side, stayed up top, but we followed this valley, and there were some spots down in here that looked kind of interesting. So we're kind of making our way up through here today. But now that we know that this was a place where the conquistadors came through and the Indians and everything going back 1,000 years, that it just adds a whole new dimension to this. So anyways, this is pretty interesting. We're going to make our way through here.
Right. We're not the first ones.
We're not the first. I read last night that they would come through here depending on pools of rainwater and various water sources like that. And if it happened to be a dry year, or they came through at the wrong time, it said they just died. That was it. But in 1540, a Spanish priest came through. Of course, when I say a Spanish priest, they usually traveled in groups of 100 or 200 or more to carry supplies and everything. But a Spanish priest came through here. I can't remember his name off the top of my head just now. But he mapped out the terrain, and he also mapped out all of the water sources, making it more dependable so people would know where to go, where to find water. That made it better from what I understand. Yeah, no water here, you die. That's something laying on the ground up here. But we have to remember this is a place that gets bombed regularly. Yeah, you don't want to pick up anything that looks funny, and this looks kind of funny. So I don't know what the heck this is. Check this out. It's an aluminum pole about 12 feet long with something on the bottom. Oh, you know what? It was stuck in there. So this must have been some kind of a, I don't know, an antenna or a something. Your guess is as good as mine. Leave them in the comments. Well, it's plenty warm enough for the snakes to be out, so we're moving real carefully through this brush. Part of a bomb, perhaps? Pretty well-made piece of something. Here's a big piece of olive drab aluminum, about 2 feet by 4 feet. Something blowing apart. This was a huge saguaro. That's what they look like when they're dead. They actually have these spines inside. This thing was huge. This has got to be 40 feet tall. And these spines are very woody. They're wood like a tree limb. Interesting. Found this on the ground, glistening gold. I thought, did I find Spanish gold? But it's an anodized aluminum disc. I don't think it's worth much.
Sounds good.
You know, sometimes it's easy just to have water bottles stuffed in your pack, but whenever I bring this thing along, I really like it. It's a military issue. It's got the collapsible jug inside of it. Kind of a plastic, soft plastic, but it carries 2 liters of water. It's extremely comfortable to carry with this strap over your shoulder. Like that. The cool thing is that you can squeeze the air out, and then when you're walking, it doesn't make any sloshing noises like a jug of water in your pack. Of course, being able to squeeze the air out so it doesn't make sloshing noises was, I think, the whole idea for the military. Nice and quiet and stealthy. Anyways, I do like that water container. These are cool. Well, we're heading back, but this was a tough road to hoe coming down this river bottom. So we're gonna go up the hillside and go back up on top and go back the way we went yesterday.